Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the base set through Team Rocket format. On one side, we've got the Blastoise and Articuno deck going up against a Wigglytuff deck on the other side, so we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account at Holland_Phantom so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the battle. And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Blastoise side, we've got Squirtle as the active Pokemon, and on the Wigglytuff side, we've got Magmar as the active Pokemon with the Jigglypuff on the bench. The Blastoise side is going first, putting Articuno down on the bench, and then using the trainer card, Computer Error, letting both players draw 5 cards from their deck, but then automatically ends the player's turn. So now turn passes over to the Wigglytuff side, the player benches a Scyther and plays their trainer Bill to draw 2 cards from the deck. Next card played is the second Bill, drawing 2 more cards. Those 4 cards drawn off trainer so far. A second Scyther comes down onto the bench, and a Fire Energy is equipped to the active Magmar. There's the attack, Smokescreen hitting for 10 damage, and turn passes back to Blastoise. The player activates Computer Search to discard 2 cards from their hand to then search their deck for any 1 card to add to their hand. And it looks like the chosen card is going to be a Pokemon Breeder to evolve Squirtle into Blastoise after they finish shuffling their deck for the turn. Okay, there's the deck coming back down. And yes, there we see Blastoise finally coming into play. Blastoise has the Pokemon power called Rain Dance, which is activated, letting the player attach as many water energies from their hand as they want to any of their water-type Pokemon. So there we see 2 water energies coming down onto Blastoise, and the next card is going to be Professor Oak to discard their entire hand to draw 7 brand new cards. There's the new cards being drawn. Professor Oak is the predecessor to the current format, Professor's Research. Let's see what they got off this new hand of cards. Okay, first they're going to be playing Bill to draw 2 more. I'm sure they got at least 1 energy off that to start attacking. A second Articuno comes down onto the bench. And yes, there we see a third water energy coming down onto Blastoise. And because Squirtle did evolve, the effects of Smokescreen are negated, so Magmar is hit with the Hydro Pump attack for weakness, meaning that Blastoise takes the first KO and the first prize of the game. On the Wigglytuff side, the player promotes Scyther, and Jigglypuff evolves into Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff gets a Fire Energy, and that's going to be it for the turn. No attacks come through, turn passes over to the Blastoise side. The player benches another Squirtle. No other cards are played, and there's the attack, Hydro Pump, hitting Scyther for 40 damage. There's the damage coming down. Let's see what the Wigglytuff side can do. They've taken a lot of damage so far. Wigglytuff gets a double colorless energy, meaning that it's fully powered up to start using its attack. Scyther is going to be retreating for free, and there's Wigglytuff coming into the offensive. Okay, before they attack, the player activates Computer Search, like the other side, discarding 2 cards from their hand to add any card from their deck to their hand. And it looks like the one chosen is going to be a Jigglypuff, coming down onto the bench. So with 3 benched Pokemon, Wigglytuff's Do the Wave attack can hit for 40 damage right now. Not quite enough to take a KO on Blastoise. A Nightly Garbage Run is played, getting 2 Fire Energies and Magmar from the discard pile to shuffle back into the deck. Okay, there's the cards being shuffled back in. And next, the player activates Gust of Wind to bring up the bench Squirtle. And it's not going to have enough HP to take this attack. It will be getting knocked out. Oh, now the Wigglytuff is going for Overkill, giving it a plus power. Okay, there we see Professor Oak. It looks like the player was trying to thin out their hand as much as possible. Professor Oak is drawing 7 more cards for the player. Lickitung comes down onto the bench, increasing the attack power to 50. Actually 60 with the plus power. And now last is played. Both players reveal each other's hands, and all trainers on both sides get shuffled into the deck, so it looks like only the Blastoise side had any trainers to shuffle away. Okay, and with that, I think the Wigglytuff side is going to be ready to start attacking. And yes, there's the attack, Do the Wave, taking a one-hit KO against Squirtle, and now both sides are tied at 5 prizes remaining. Articuno comes up as a new active Pokemon for the Blastoise side. The player activates Rain Dance to give Articuno 3 water energies, enough to let it start using its first attack. And there it is, Freeze Dry, hitting for 30 damage, and there's the coin flip. It does come up tails, so Wigglytuff is not going to be paralyzed this turn. On the Wigglytuff side, the second Jigglypuff evolves into another Wigglytuff, which also gets its own fire energy, and a Magmar comes down onto the bench. And now with the full bench, Do the Wave can hit for 60 damage. The player just needs 1+ power to take a one-hit KO against Articuno. Let's see if they have it. Oh, no, they don't! It's just going to be a 60 damage attack. It did need that plus power to take the one-hit KO, meaning that Articuno will be able to attack on the following turn. There's the 4th water energy coming down into Articuno, so it will be able to take a KO against Wigglytuff with its Blizzard attack. The coin flip did come up tails for Blizzard, meaning that Articuno hits its own bench teammates for 10 damage each. But they also take another prize. Okay, on the Wigglytuff side, Scyther comes up as a new active Pokemon. A second Fire Energy is equipped to the bench Wigglytuff. And Energy Retrieval is played, discarding a card from the hand to retrieve 2 discarded basic energies. And there's both Fire Energies coming back into the player's hand. And it looks like that's going to be it for the turn. No attacks coming through. Scyther is just going to be stalling out. No cards are played from the Blastoise side. Freeze Dry is declared, and it does paralyze Scyther, so it will not be able to retreat. A third Fire Energy comes down into Wigglytuff, but it cannot come into the active spot just yet. Oh, but first, the player's going to be using Super Energy Removal, getting rid of one of Wigglytuff's Fire Energies, but also discarding 2 of Articuno's Water Energy, so it looks like the player's trying to stall out the turn. The Blastoise side attaches 1 Water Energy onto Articuno, and that's going to be the attack, Freeze Dry. This time the attack does not paralyze, so Scyther will be able to retreat on this turn. There we see Wigglytuff getting its 3rd Fire Energy. Scyther can now retreat for free, and Wigglytuff will be taking the KO this turn. Oh, there's the plus power. A little too late, but they did need to get rid of it before they used Professor Oak. Discarding the rest of the hand to draw 7 brand new cards. Do they have any more Pokemon to put down to their bench? No, they don't, but there's the attack. Do the Wave. Taking the 2nd KO, and now both sides are tied again at 4 prizes remaining apiece. Blastoise comes back into the active spot, and let's see if they get any trainer cards to use. Yes, they finally get one, Bill, to draw 2 cards out of the deck. Any more water energy coming down? Not yet, going straight for the attack. Hydro Pump, hitting for 40 damage. So Wigglytuff is at risk of being KO'd on the following turn. A Fire Energy comes down to the bench Magmar. And Super Energy Removal is played, discarding the fire off of Magmar and 2 water energies off of Blastoise. Once again, trying to stall out the turn. And there's the attack, Do the Wave. Hitting for 50 damage this time. So unless Blastoise can get some water energy onto itself, it will be getting KO'd on the following turn. Oh, but the player draws an item finder to discard 2 cards out of their hand to get back any discarded trainer card. Let's see what you're going to be getting. It's going to be a Professor Oak to refresh their hand. So it looks like they got lucky with that trainer card find. Yep, there's Professor Oak coming down, discarding the rest of their hand to draw 7 brand new cards. So Blastoise just needs 2 more water energy to take the KO against Wigglytuff. Let's see if they got it. Another Articuno comes down to the bench first, followed by another Bill to draw 2 more cards out of the deck. And yes, they are going to be getting the energy with Energy Retrieval to discard a card from the hand to get back 2 water energies from the discard pile. And with that, Blastoise will be able to use Hydro Pump once again. There's the energy coming down. Any more energy coming down to the benched Pokemon? Not yet. The player is activating Maintenance, shuffling 2 cards from their hand into the deck, and then they're going to be able to draw 1 card. So let's see what they get out of this 1 card. Okay, it looks like the next card is going to be a Nightly Garbage Run. The same as the Wigglytuff side, to get back 3 discarded cards to shuffle back into the deck, and the ones chosen are going to be an Articuno and 2 Water Energy. Nightly Garbage Run is a really good card released in the Team Rocket set, letting players recycle any discarded basic energy cards or Pokemon, something that wasn't available in earlier formats. And there we see Professor Oak once again to draw 7 brand new cards. So it looks like the player might be getting ready to set up another Blastoise, as the one they have in the active spot is getting pretty close to being KO'd pretty soon. Okay, a 3rd Articuno comes down onto the bench. And looks like a Rain Dance was declared. Yeah, 3 energy come down into one of the new Articuno. And there's the attack. Hydro Pump taking the KO against Wigglytuff and taking the 3rd prize. Scyther comes back into the active spot, though it is pretty heavily damaged. The player activates Item Finder to discard 2 cards from their hand to get back a discarded trainer card, and looks like the one chosen is going to be Nightly Garbage Run. Nightly Garbage Run gets back Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, and a Fire Energy to be shuffled back into the deck. But does the player have any attackers to send into the active spot yet? Because they have no energy on their side of the field, while Blastoise has 6 energy in play. Okay, next we see a Computer Search. Once again, letting the player search for any card to add to their hand. And the one chosen is going to be a Jigglypuff, though it is going to be needing at least 2 turns to evolve and get powered up to start attacking. Okay, there we see a double colorless energy coming down into Jigglypuff, and another Professor Oak is played to draw 7 brand new cards. A 3rd Scyther comes down, so it looks like the player's going to be trying to stall out the turn. There we see energy removal, getting rid of one of Blastoise's energy cards. And there we see Scyther retreating, promoting the brand new one, as they will not be able to be getting KO'd on the following turn. Okay, now on the Blastoise side, a Squirtle comes down onto the bench, and the player activates another Nightly Garbage Run to get back, let's see, Water Energy, a Wartortle, and another Water Energy. Okay, that Wartortle must have been discarded earlier through Item Finder or Professor Oak. And now it's being shuffled back into the deck. But does the player have a 3rd Water Energy to give to this Blastoise to start attacking? Okay, there we see a Computer Search. Searching the deck for any one card. Okay, there's a card. Don't know what it could be. It might be the Water Energy. I'm not sure. Or it might be another energy retrieval to get back discarded Water Energies. Oh no, it's going to be a computer error. Now both sides get to draw 5 cards, but Blastoise is going to be ending their turn. They will not be attacking. So it looks like that energy removal from the previous turn did help out the Wigglytuff side. Now that Wigglytuff player activates Item Finder to get back a discarded trainer card. And the one chosen is going to be Computer Search. And now Computer Search is going to be used to search the deck for Wigglytuff. There we go. So as long as the player has at least 1 energy card in their hand, Wigglytuff will be able to get a KO against Blastoise this turn. Okay, there we see Wigglytuff evolving, and yes, it does have its Fire Energy. Scyther is going to be retreating for free. And there's the attack. Do the Wave, hitting for 60 damage to take the KO against Blastoise. And once again, both sides are tie. 3 prizes apiece. Articuno comes up into the active spot for the Blastoise player. Squirtle evolves into Wartortle. And there's the attack, Freeze Dry. Actually, that was going to be a reroll. And it's going to be heads that time. So Wigglytuff is paralyzed. It will not be able to attack or retreat on this turn. A fire energy comes down into Scyther, and that's going to be it! Oh no, looks like Wigglytuff might be getting KO'd if Articuno gets a 4th energy, and yes it does. It can now use its Blizzard attack to take the KO against Wigglytuff. And Wartortle also evolved into Blastoise. There's the attack Blizzard, taking the KO against Wigglytuff, and the coin flip was also heads, meaning that all the bench Pokemon on the Wigglytuff side take 10 damage apiece, meaning that the Scyther with 60 damage also gets KO'd, meaning that Articuno is going to be taking 2 prizes this turn. So Blastoise just needs to take 1 more prize to win the game. Scyther comes up into the active spot. It gets a double colorless energy to start using its slash attack, but it's not going to be dealing enough damage. Oh, it does get a power boost from plus power, and there's the attack. Slash is hitting for 40 damage this turn. More than half of the way there. Okay, now over to the Blastoise side. Blastoise activates Rain Dance, attaching 3 water energy onto one of the Articuno. So just in case this active one gets knocked out, they have a brand new one ready to go. The attack is declared Freeze Dry, hitting Scyther for 30 damage, but it is not going to be paralyzed, meaning that Articuno will be getting KO'd by a slash attack. But it's going to be a little too late for the Wigglytuff side, as they are going to be going up against another Articuno that is fully powered up. Oh, actually, not yet. They're going to be using Super Energy Removal to get rid of 2 of the energy off the bench Articuno, hoping to stall out the turn. There's the attack Slash, taking the KO against Articuno. And now Wigglytuff takes another prize. The Blastoise player promotes their next Articuno. It's only got 1 water energy attached, and needs at least 2 more to start attacking. Let's see if they have them. Oh, computer search. This could be the play. Searching their deck for... Let's see what they get. There's the card chosen. If it's the energy retrieval, they can win the game this turn. But let's see what the chosen card is going to be. Oh no, that was not an energy retrieval. Actually, they played nothing. They elected to keep the card in their hand, so they must not have any energy left. Scyther attacks with Slash. And now Blastoise is going to be using Rain Dance. Okay, they were holding on to the energy cards in case the player had a super energy removal. And there's going to be the final attack to take the final prize, and there's the handshake. Blastoise is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.